So to check these new acrylic paints from Hobby Lobby and put them to the test, all I'm going to do is take and we're going to Scotch pad these up, maybe scratch the surface up a little bit clean it up, a little bit of soap and water. Went to Hobby Lobby yesterday and I got me some of that $2 paint that people were talking about and doing stuff on YouTube, man. So I figured, you know what? I needed some more black. So I decided to get the whole basic color kit here. Let's open it up and check it out. But before we open up the basic colors, I did pick up a primer because I need some primer, black primer. We're not going to use this today. And I did pick up a gunmetal that I'm going to use on my other custom barbecue. Now this here, I used Liquitex yellow, and I used some of this gunmetal from War Paints. Now I did pick up the gunmetal like I said on here, and I'm doing another barbecue custom. So if you want to check this video out, it'll be at the end of this video, in the very end, if you want to check it out. And I also picked up a basic skin tone, which is not always the case, and I picked up a sand. So that's the single pieces I picked up. So here we go. We have the basic black that I needed. It has a gray, white of course, yellow, orange, red. What is this? I'll get a pink, and you get a purple, blue, and a green. But the good thing about this is, like I said, it's $7.99. Usually if you buy them you buy them separate, if you don't know yet, they're $1.99. So there you go. That's like under, well, it's under $1. So, but we don't know. I've been seeing, I did check out some videos. It prompted me enough to go buy some. So let's get ready. Let's get right into the mixing. I opened up 3 of these. The only thing I'm going to complain about is the lids. What's sealing the lid, like this right here. See, this is not something to complain about, but at the same time, after you pull the top off, you get the first layer of the where it's sealed at. You get another seal. So I've been having to cut them with the X-Acto knife, but be careful because you can cut your finger and cut right through the bottle. But at the same time, maybe that's a good thing because it's nice and sealed. Like I said, I know it's stupid to bring up, but they do definitely make a mess. So do it over a spot where you know you can get some alcohol and wipe your hands off. But that's why my fingers are always different colors when you see me in videos, I guess. All right, typically I like to use shot glasses for my mixture of paint. I clean them out with alcohol every time I'm done. I'm using, just for this Hobby Lobby stuff, I'm using the Masters model number G233 set. This is probably my first airbrush ever, and I know it's my first airbrush and I love it and I still use it. But the Gallery series, Advanced series, let me see if I got it in frame or not, GHAD-39 is what I normally use for, you know, more meticulous parts and stuff. It's definitely an upgrade from this one here, but I love this one. I just love it. They're like 40 bucks on Amazon. I don't even know how much they are now, but we're going to go with red. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a little bit of red. There's no balls in here like Createx Wicked gives you the balls, that, you know, the metal balls in here. You can buy a pack of them. I bought a pack of them off of Amazon. I don't know, for like 12 bucks. The stainless steel balls you can put into the paint. So that, you know, I have those. I haven't put them in yet. We're going to use the red. And I already shook these up. We're going to use gunmetal, which I never really spray gunmetal, so it's going to be interesting. We use gunmetal. It is it's a lot thicker than I thought. I thought this was going to be really watered down stuff. Like I said, I did see a couple people demonstrating this paint, and I'm not trying to demonstrate anything different than anybody else. I'm just going to give my opinion, and I tell you, my go-to paints are usually with the figures I do and stuff, and 3D print stuff that I do. I usually go with Vallejo or Createx. I'll still probably use these depending on how good this feels and how it seems, but my mixture that I use personally, I tried several ones in the past from beginning. I've only been airbrushed for about 2.5 to 3 years, so I'm not really much of an advanced airbrusher. So I use distilled water. I tried alcohol, I tried different solutions, I tried all kinds of different stuff. I tried everything, but to me, the distilled water, I can kind of look at it, see where it needs to be, just as a personal feeling, if you know what I mean. I'll show you in a second, especially down here in my basement. It's probably a little more cooler. So it depends on where you're airbrushing and what works for you. So we're going to take this here. Let's see if, like, I hope you can see this. You should be able to see this. Put it on the side. It's still kind of thick. See, it runs. It's running, but it's like running real slow. But that's kind of good. It doesn't matter. It's running. See, it's running, but it's not. So normally half and half, but we're going to go with that. We're going to go we're going to see how this feels. We're going to mix it up really good. And then I'm just wondering how the color stays true. See, that's still, I hope you, yeah, I'm pretty sure you can see that. That's still, let me go in a little bit here. That's still a little bit too slow. Well, I mean, yeah, it's a little, I don't know, see? For me, that's a little bit too slow. I don't know about you, maybe that works for you, but I'm gonna add a little bit more distilled water. And I don't measure this stuff, man. It's a feeling. I'm glad I never started measuring these things. That's still a little too thick. I don't know. I don't know if I should try that or not. I know it's gonna happen. I'm gonna dry tip. But the more I water it down, we're gonna stay with that right now. We're gonna stay with this one and start with the red. Keep the orange and the gunmetal on the side, because what's worrying me is that I don't know how true this is going to be to that red when it dries, but it might be okay. But let's pour it in. This is into, like I said, the Master's gun, airbrush gun, and I did already in advance, if I could speak. I dry brushed. Let me back this out a little bit. I'm not the best when it comes to tutorial videos, but anyway, this here is what I use for my go-to primer for white. It's the War Paints Matte White. And here we go. So what I did was, why I'm saying that is because what we're going to do is we're going to put it to the test. Here we go. We got Savage He-Man from the Netflix series that I think I used. We're going to bring the camera up a little. Now, of course, it fell on the floor where it's nice and dirty. But it's kind of hard to hold this. Okay, we're back. I did clean them off. He fell on the floor. My floor's not dirty by no means, but still, you don't want no dust on there. His loincloth is on backwards, but this is my Savage He-Man from the Revelations, I believe, in Netflix series. I tore him apart for some other reason, from other project. I can't remember at the moment, but I did use, here's my primer side, and here's the non-primer side, of course. We're going to see how the red goes with on primer, which is probably going to be the best thing. Don't usually use, suppose rule of thumb, use primer first. But we're going to hit this red here just to see how it works, see how it grabs. You know what I mean? So I got my pressure about 35 psi. Normally I'm like 30, a little under 30, depending on what I'm using. This just airbrush here, you probably want to take it down a little bit. So let's hit the top here. See what happens. Let me move this out of the way. Actually, that's pretty good. All right. Now let's go to the back here of his body, his back, lower back. This obviously doesn't have any primer, but we're going to see if it grabs anyway. We're going to dry it with a hair dryer. I'm going to go back to the primered side. We're just going to leave them on here. See how much we got in the cup here. Oh, we got plenty in there. We'll dry it up a little bit, prematurely drying. Probably a run or a blemish there. I don't know, the red's pretty good, man. The red's working out pretty good. It's definitely red. It's definitely red. I'm really kind of laying it on there, man. This airbrush isn't the best, and it's not running. It's really, I'm surprised that it's not running or beating up or fisheyeing. Look at that. I'm definitely pouring it on there now, you know. That's a blemish in the figure. It wasn't the paint right there I was looking at a second ago. I'll get some close shots here in a second. I'm just seeing how deep red it goes. I can get it. I'm going to see how, you know, this. I'm also rushing. I'm not taking my time. I'm not giving really nice slow coats, you know. I'm pulling about a little less than, about a quarter of the way back on the airbrush, because I really want to blast it. See, but here you go. I don't see any spurts. I know if you guys can't see that or not, but like here on here, like I show you. Let me show you. No spurts. See, maybe I got lucky and I got a really good mix between the distilled water and the paint. Normally it's a feeling. I don't really measure anything. It's just a feeling, and you can see on the side of the glass, or whatever you mix your paint in, you want it to run a little bit like milk. I'm telling you, man, I don't know. It's a good Superman red. I still got a lot left. There we go. Well, there we are. That's the red. Now look at this. I still have, look. Let me see if I could I'll pour it right into the napkin. I still have, and I don't know, maybe I'll do some more. Hold on, I still got a lot of paint left. Got a lot of paint left, man. Look at that. No runs. Now I'm really going to pour it on. Now I'm halfway back on the trigger. Halfway back. I'm pouring it on. I wouldn't recommend doing that all the time, but unless you're really trying to give I've got some coats in. Really pouring it on now. That's a little scary. I still have a lot of paint left from that little bit I put in that. Look at that. I have a lot of paint left. I know I'm wasting the paint, but we got 2 more colors to do. See, look at that. I still have a lot to do. Now I'm going to clean this out real quick and we'll be right back. I'll cut it right here. Well, before I cut it, I'm not going to cut it yet. Before I cut it, let's get close to this thing. Let's get close to this. Look at this. I'm impressed. For $2, but I tell you right now, we'll get the other colors going on. Smooth, nice and smooth. No runs, no clumps, no fisheye, no, you know, orange peeling or nothing like that, or nothing. Smooth. Now what hasn't been, that's been primed, of course. This hasn't, because there's the front. Here's the back. Smooth. And like I said, this is a rush job. This is hurry. Normally I take a little more time when I do this, when the action figures. I really love, you know, I did some 3D printing, I did some of that stuff, but I really do enjoy doing the action figures. We're going to spray some of this in here. Let me clean it out a little bit. A little bit of alcohol. And I still have the front on too. You know, it's funny, usually we take these off, you know, and you know, it eliminates some of the eliminate some of the dry tipping. So I'll take it. I have my own cleaner. My not my own cleaner, but I use Windex. Windex, alcohol, and distilled water, and some of this glycerin for my airbrush cleaner. But my go-to is always going to be straight alcohol, you know, to really clean it up, to finalize that cleanup, you know. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to jump right. I'm not even going to edit this. This is a long video. I hope not, but you know, don't try to make it too long. So here's the orange. I'm going to do a little bit of a cleanup here. I'm not really concerned about the colors running. I'm not really concerned about that, or you know, it not being perfect color. Well, I guess I should. So here we are, nice and thick. This is thick. It's really thick. I'm putting it on there. See, I'm dabbing it on there. It's going to run, but let's do it again. So, like I said, distilled water. My thing is, it's a feel, maybe there. We're going to go here. We're going to mix her up really good just with distilled water. See how this looks? That's better. That's better. We're going to go with that. Now yellow is really, white and yellow are a little more demanding. Orange isn't too bad, but we're going to go with that. Let's clean out the brush. Put the brush back down. We're going to pour this right in there. Probably not going to do a whole lot. See if it gives the same kind of, see if it gives us a little bit different. See how this orange works, you know. Going to dry it a little bit. I got the airbrush in my mouth. Here we are. I'm really laying it on there now, normally heavier than I normally would. It comes out nice and dry. It seems to be nice and dry, meaning that it mixes really well, in my opinion, to distilled water. I think if you haven't tried distilled water, I think you should try it. It works great, I think. I think it's great. Mix this up a little bit. Let's hit the whole leg. Keep cranking. I would never go this fast if I was going to use this as a custom action figure. I would never go this fast, but we're going to pour it on now. We're really going to see, we're going to test this paint. We're going to pour it on. I know that sounds stupid, but it's okay. Look at that. Look at that. I'll tell you right now, I need to go back to Hobby Lobby and buy some more of this. Look at that. Look at that. I'm definitely going to go back and get me another one of these kits, because you can always have the standard colors. You can never have enough of the standard colors. And I'm really cranking it all the way back. See? All the way back on this gun. Unforgiving right there. Unforgiving. You would never really do that. Now let's see how much we have in the pot here, the top of the gun. Let's see if almost out, but that's you seen how much I mixed up. It was quite small amount. Does that make any sense? Quite small amount? It does today. Very small amount. Now we're going to really crank this thing. Use the rest of this paint. Look at that. Look at that. Still got more left. Still got 3 more feet to go. Why I said 3 feet? Have no idea. I am completely happy with this. What we're going to do is I'm going to clean out my brush. I'm going to hit the tip with a really lightly. I messed up a needle doing this, so be careful. Don't just be careful. I bent the needle doing that. Would not do that if I were you. Well, I mean, I would do it, but just be careful. We're going to run some of this out. I know what you're going to say. I don't have a spray booth yet, but I'm going to get one. And I don't like using a mask. I don't want to live too long, so I'm just going to inhale all this toxic in. So don't worry about it. I'm doing it for the video. I'm going to do all the toxic. I'm going to be a toxic Avenger. Now again with my brush cleaned out, so to speak, a little bit. Here's gunmetal. Now this is going to be interesting. Gunmetal has flakes in it, obviously. Now I normally never, ever, ever. Actually, I never use gunmetal through the brush. Airbrush it. I always use a dry brush, but you know what? For the first time, we're going to hit this. We're going to see how much I got in here. That's about almost half. Maybe that's too much. I don't know. Cleaned out my brush. You see? Let's see where we're at now with the side of the wall. Yeah. That may dry tip. That may dry tip. I'm gonna a little bit of squirt. Do you? There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Maybe it's a feel, man. You'll get it. You'll get the feel. You'll get it. That's still a little. Man, we're gonna go with that. You know what? Let's go in thick. Let's go in thick. Clean out my brush. We're gonna dump it into the cup. And got to remember, I haven't thoroughly cleaned this brush completely between applications. You can see I'm not trying to sell the paint. I'm trying to keep myself where I could think that I'm gonna have to go there and buy some more. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's what I'm gonna have to do. So here we go. We're gonna go to the front this time. We're not gonna go. I know the prime road is stick. Let's try this. You know what? Let's go to the loincloth so it has some sculpt, some textures or something. Let's see here. About a quarter of the way back on the gun. I can see a little bit of beading. Just a little bit of beading because I know that it's metal flakes in there. I know that. And I'm going heavy with the gun, and there's no primer there. So let's have another look. Let's have another look. Watch this. Let's take He-Man's chest and gunmetal his chest. Light coats like I normally would do. Let's make him a cyborg. Dry him up. I can see the shiny sheen on him. I can hear that it's getting a little bit, it could have been a little bit thinner in the airbrush. Could have been. But I'm testing, you know, let's go with it. Let's really blast it. Let's really blast it. Let's blast it. Let's blast it, man. Let's crank it. I would never do that on a custom figure. All right, man, look at that. No runs. No squirting fish eyes and blasting mixed with water. Let's blast it again. Let's blast it. All the way open. All the way open. Cranking it. Blowing it up. Peeled back. We Rumpelstiltskined it. Now with no primer, me blasting it, I can see where the paint is sort of grouping up. Right here you can see, especially when, you know, you can see where the striations in the muscle where it groups up a little bit, but that's expected. I'm not going thin coats at the moment. I'm just piling it on there. We're going to use it to the end. We're going to pile it on there. All the way open. That's nuts, man. There it is. Now you know what? Let's see what's in the cup. Oh, we're almost down at the bottom. See? No big deal. Now, this was never the way I would ever paint an action figure or anything I would customize. I would never go that fast. You can, but I never would. I would use lighter coats, but we're going to let this sit for about a half an hour only. And we're going to come back and we're going to do a scratch test, which I never done before. I know this is pretty silly to do this, because even with a most expensive paint to the most cheapest paint, after painting something, it's going to rub off if you scratch it off, obviously. But my hands are not the driest. I just got done eating and cleaning up. But here we're going to start a little bit light. I'm pushing pretty hard. Oh, there we go. There's no clear coat or nothing on here. You can hear me scratching. There we go. Really good. Really sticking well. I thought for sure I was going to get scratches all over the place. Perfect. So that's that one. I'll tell you, man, I don't know. I say the final verdict here is go to Hobby Lobby if you'd like to airbrush, or even, I haven't tried to brush this stuff on, but if you can airbrush this, and this stuff is that durable without a clear coat, I'm probably under the impression that it's a pretty good paint. I'm definitely going to switch over. So here we go. Final verdict for $7.99 for 10 bottles of this. And if you buy them singly for $1.99 right there, 1000%, I'm going to go back and get me some more before the price goes up. Or hopefully they don't change the formula, because I recommend this completely, 1000%. I'm going to be using this stuff. So thank you for watching. It's a little bit of a long video, but I tell you, man, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's not chipping or nothing. It's not coming off. It's not. There we go. All right. Hope this helped you out a little bit, or gave you some little more awareness of what's going on with the basics. Hobby Lobby airbrush acrylic paint.
I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more time. Say what again. Say what again.
What?